Okay, Google has created yet another Chrome-only app, so you have to, a Chromebook-only app, so you'll have to be using your Chromebook to access one. It's a tool that's really designed for teachers. So if you click on your little start button here and you type in Screencast, you'll see this little aqua-colored Screencast icon. You may have to scroll down to get it, or you may have to search to get it. So what Screencast does is it's a screen recorder, just like Screencastify, Loom, WeVideo Recorder, any of those tools that let you record your screen and your image can be done through Screencast. The difference being is this is very easily integrated into a Google Classroom, and it has some additional features that those other tools don't have. Plus, it's EdLaw 2D compliant because it's made by Google as part of our package. So you can click up here to create a new screencast. But what I'm going to show you is the end result of it rather than doing a new one. So when you record your screencast, what you're going to get when you're done is not only the video itself, which will have you in a circle in the bottom and whatever you record on your desktop. You can play that video down here at the bottom, but it will also have a transcript at the side. And so you can edit the transcript if it mistranscribes something you say. One thing I haven't been able to figure out yet is if you can actually break up the transcript into smaller pieces. Like, for instance, you can see most of my video comes in this one big chunk here. And the reason why that's important is because these transcript points will, for the students, when it's posted into Google Classroom, allow them to jump to that section of the video. Also, as the teacher, you can edit your video and drop out sections by just clicking on the three dots and saying skip section. And what it will do is when it posts that video in Classroom is it'll go from the piece above it down to the piece below it, skipping that intermediate step. Okay, you can always click this little arrow to return it back into your recording. So it's actually a little quick editor also. From the student's perspective, and I can't really show you this in this video, I'd have to make a separate video for it. In the student section, when this is posted in Classroom, they'll click on the link. It'll bring them to a screencast page that looks similar to this. However, up at the top, they will be able to translate their script into any other language. So this is a really powerful tool for ELLs in that you can make a regular screen recording video for all of your students teaching your lesson, and they can instantly transcribe it into their language so they can hear you speaking in English but see you speaking in their language. So it's a really great ELL tool. This is the new Google Screencast tool, only available on Chromebooks. Okay, so once you're done with your video and you go back to the home screen, you will be able to use these three dots here to click the share button, and that's where you can get the link that you can post into Classroom. Note that you do have to, when you click the share button, say I'm going to share it with others, and then it gives you the anyone at Shen Schools can use this link that you just copied down here that you're going to put into Google Classroom. Keep it private, makes it only for you. Share with others is necessary in order for others to be able to see the screencast video. Okay, this is a Google Sites tip for you. It's a real quick one. One of the things people used to hate about Google Sites is that you couldn't arrange the content exactly how you wanted to on the page. It was very difficult to add, for instance, space in between the header and your first block of text, or in between this block of text and the next section where you have your videos and your links. So now Google's created a tool that allows for this. So I'm going to click on this block here. I'm going to come over here and you're going to see the spacer tool. So when I click on that, it's going to put a space here that I can make bigger or any height I want. Minimum height is like that, to separate my paragraph from my video. You can also take this tab and once you put it in, move it. So if I want it between my header and my first block of text, I can do that. Don't know why that just disappeared. It's all the way down here. So if I bring this back up, I should be able to get it to up here where that blue line is. Don't know why it's not. So we'll do it a different way. It's all about cheating sometimes. I'm going to move this spacer up, put it between these two, and then I'll take this one and move it down between those two. So sometimes it's hard to get it where you want. It's easier to put it below and move the one thing down. So again, you can adjust the space and make as much of a gap there as you want. Once you put a spacer in, if you want to remove it, all you have to do is hit the trash can here, and it'll delete that section that includes the spacer, and then it's out. So spacer is a new tool so that you can give a little bit more customability to your Google site, website with space between sections. All right, last video for this week, and what we learned. This has actually been around for a little bit. Some of you might not have noticed. WeVideo now has a different editing interface. It's called a beta. They'll prompt you to whether you want to choose the beta or the regular, and you can switch back from the drop-down menu. Mostly, it hasn't changed the functionality of WeVideo, just the look of it. For instance, down here at the bottom of your screen, a lot of these icons used to be located at the very bottom, and they were hard to click on because they were partially off the screen. And then the split one used to be on where you clicked, you would get that split notification. Now you have to click here to split a video or audio track. Also, you may notice that when you click here and you come down to change track height, there is no large anymore, so you can't see your audio wave with it. You can come up here and turn off the levels. And what you will then get is the audio wave, but not the video. So you got to switch back and forth between those in the video. Okay. Other things you might notice, the zoom in, zoom outs over here. So you have to do that. You have filters on the line here. When you double click on an element like you used to before, you now have your menus going down the side instead of across the top. And that's a common feature in the new editor. But again, everything that's in these side menus used to be in the old one. So it's really not a change in terms of functionality. It's just a matter of figuring out where the feature you used to use now resides. So mostly everything's down the side now instead of across the top.